Hey, I'm standing up. I got a swan behind me. It's a bad looking swan. It kind of looks like a penis. We're putting effort into this, boys. So, first up, I'm doing a review of Black Swan because October is spooky and this was scary. I want to talk about Black Swan. I want to talk about Black Swan. Okay, so let's get into this review. I am prepared. I have notes. There's even a backside. Let's go. Okay. Black Swan. Let's give you some information about it. Directed by Darren Aronofsky. Okay? Stars Natalie Portman, Mila Kunis, Vincent Cassel, Barbara Hershey, and Winona Ryder. Okay? It follows Natalie Portman as Nina, a timid ballerina who's cast as the Swan Queen in her ballerina troupe's production of Swan Lake. And this is really a tale of just mental illness and passion and purpose, and it's amazing. And it's an amazing movie. This is one of the best movies I've seen for quarantine. I have flaws with it. I'm gonna get into those, but it's excellent. So first off, one of the things that this reminded me so much of, it reminded me of the movie Persona. It's a 1968 film. It's Swedish. I'm a film snob. I don't know. And then there's a movie, Damien Chazelle's film, 2014 film, Whiplash. They're combined, Persona plus Whiplash equal Black Swan. Black Swan came before Whiplash, but hey, that's how I saw this movie. In my mind, I was like, oh, this is how my brain works. So they touch on similar themes and issues, and I think both of these films are just like better, but I think this movie's still really good. So I think this is the best performance from both Natalie Portman and Mila Kunis I've ever seen. I know Annihilation's probably a thing, and I know she's great in a lot of other movies I haven't seen, but this is like, of the movies I've seen, they're both so good. Yeah, I just think they're both brilliant. And what am I reading? I'm reading off of this, by the way. I think Portman plays this very subdued character, and she's playing this subdued character that doesn't really know, that's trying to figure out how to become an actor. And what we're seeing is an actor trying to play an actor. I think she does this really brilliant, because it can be, I feel like that was a very hard line to toe, and not only does she have to do the face and physical, she has to ballerina and dance. She has to become the Swan Queen. And this movie just wouldn't work if Portman wasn't as great. And Kunis was much more of a supporting role than I expected her to be. But I think she steals almost every scene she is a part of. And one of the big themes of this movie is transformation. And the transformation that Nina goes through as a person, and also kind of physically, is brutal and horrific and just so hard to watch. But you can't not watch. This is one of the most uncomfortable films I've ever seen. And I think, so, while I compared this movie to Persona and to Whiplash, Persona's more art house cinema, and I think Whiplash is like an indie musical drama type of thing. But I think this takes some of the best elements of that, and it tries really hard. It almost succeeds. But it takes these two things, and I think it's just really great. But I think the things that Black Swan has over both, it's far scarier and far more horrific than both of these films. One thing worth mentioning is the choreography, the dance choreography. It is brilliant. I'm not a dancer. My dancing is, I shake my hands and I kind of like move my knees and I'm dancing. I can't. But the dancing throughout this movie is brilliant, and I don't know what to say. I also say other than how just amazing it is, especially in the climax, the final kind of dance scenes. is so good. If you've seen the movie, I'm not going to go into spoilers in this review, but if you've seen the movie, the transformation scene, the scene where she kind of becomes the Black Swan, is so beautiful yet horrific, and I think that's kind of like that. The critics like what's on the Blu-ray, beautiful yet horrific. And this movie is not a romp in the park. It is a hard to watch film. And there are themes of self-harm and self-mutilation. It touches on having an eating disorder, pushing yourself past the breaking point, striving to become perfection, and doing anything to become perfect. I think this is really where the film shines, is the idea of perfection. As for flaws from the movie, okay, it's not really a flaw as much as like I think I would have done it differently. I disagree with how kind of the final confrontation is so cut. I don't know. It's so. It feels like they're telling too much. For me, I would have made it more ambiguous, and I would have enjoyed it more if it was more ambiguous. It's hard to go and talk into the movie. I'm not wearing pants, by the way. But yeah, my phone just fell. Great. I hate myself. I'm not stopping this review. I'm gonna finish it, and then I'm gonna fix everything that just happened here. Okay. Basically what just happened here was my phone got mad at my stand just got mad at me for talking bad about Black Swan. Yeah, I really enjoyed this movie, and there's a lot of things, and there's a couple things that didn't work with me. Another thing I didn't mention was Winona Ryder's character. Her character in general just didn't really work for me, but hey, it's okay. I hope I still really enjoyed it. This is just an excellent movie, and I'm kind of almost done. I mean, the performances and the cinematography and the direction is brilliant. It's just some things as the writing that really didn't work for me. And overall, I'm going to give this movie a 9 out of 10. I love this movie. It will probably end up being on my Criterion collection, which I'm going to revise and put out a full, top 100 movies of all time, of my top 100 favorite movies of all time. I'll kind of do that throughout January, probably, because it's January. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this review. Please watch. I'm sorry that everything went to shit at the end, but I had fun, and I'm going to try to do some more. I figured I'm personally going to be watching 31 horror films at least this October, so I figured I'm going to do some videos for the ones I have opinions on. I'm going to do a not two-part, but like a 2-in-1 type of review for the first 2 Nightmare on Elm Street movies. Not Nightmare on Elm Street. I will be doing Nightmare on Elm Street for Friday the 13th. I just watched Friday the 13th. I don't know why I said Nightmare on Elm Street. But yeah, I'm going to be doing a 2-part review for the first 2 Friday the 13th movies. I'll probably have a 2-part review on Evil Dead 1 and 2. Maybe I'll probably do Army of Darkness as well in that review, just to get it all out of the way. And yeah, I mean, I hope you guys enjoyed this review. I'm hoping to get more reviews out. No promises, because I suck. But I just miss doing that. Do you like my Black Swan? That's what happens in the movie. She draws a painting of the Black Swan, and she's like, "Hey, do you like it? Do you?"